Hi everybody. Good morning, good evening. This is Mandeep Sharma. In this video, I would like to discuss about VS Code or Visual Studio Code. If you are learning about Python, AI, machine learning, web development, or coding in general, one of the first tools you will need is VS Code. In this video, I will show you what VS Code actually is, why developers use it, how to install it on your device, whether MacBook device or Windows device or Linux device, how to install useful extensions or plugins. By the end of this video, your VS Code will be ready for coding. Now let's begin it. What is VS Code? What is VS Code? Okay. So if you if you type in Google VS Code, um, you will see VS Code option will pop up on the top. So basically VS Code stands for Visual Studio Code. It is a free code editor developed by Microsoft. Think of VS Code as a workspace where developers write code, they run programs, where they debug errors and manage projects. People use VS Code for Python, for Java, C++, AI, machine learning, web development, data science, cloud engineering, DevOps, and even for Git and GitHub workflows. So basically, VS Code is a lightweight, a customizable, and it has thousands of plugins. Why developers use VS Code? There are numerous reasons. I would point out a couple of reasons. Number one reason is free. You don't need to buy anything for that application if you want to use VS Code. It's free of cost. It is fast, it starts quickly, and it uses fewer resources. It has thousands of extensions that can add a lot more capability, through those plugins or extensions. For example, if you want to work on Python, it has a Python extension where you can install that extension, and then your VS Code would become Python IDE. If you want to work on a DevOps tool like Dockers, you can install that extension called Docker, and then your VS Code would become a DevOps tool. And if you want to work on Jupyter notebooks, if you install that Jupyter extension, then your VS Code would support notebooks. Okay, so let's begin the download section, which is the main objective of this video. So if you, as I mentioned earlier, if you search in Google VS Code, you will see the first option, where there are several options. Download is the main option for download, where the link would pick up your type of application, and it can show you option for download, and you have several options as well on this window. Install VS Code on Mac operating system, install VS Code on Windows, install VS Code on Linux, and even VS Code for the web applications or web usage. So since I'm using a MacBook Pro, I would select that option, and I can, here on this page, if I hit download, you know it will start downloading that Mac 12.0 plus. This is the latest version, and depending on your processor configuration, whether it is Intel chip or Apple Silicon or Universal, you can select download accordingly. So it has been starting downloading. Okay, so after download, you open that VS Code Darwin Universal.dmg file, and if you move this icon, or move this icon, pick, basically drag and drop. You have to select it, hold it, and drag it, move it into the application folder. After you do that, since I already have installed it, I won't do it. So after you drag and drop it here in the application uh, folder, you will see in application folder, if you search, let's say, VS, right? Visual Studio Code or VS. In short, you will see that option after it is successfully installed. And you can open that application here, right? So here is this screen is for VS Code, right? After you successfully installed it. So I can explain quickly some sections of this VS Code uh, platform. So left sidebar has several options, and on the top bar you will see options like file, where you can or create a new file or open a existing file or a folder. Edit section, like any other software that you use on a MacBook or Windows. These are common sections you will see on pretty much every software, right, when you open them. On the left bar, which is the main one, you select the first option, right? The first option is Explorer, where you can do the same operation like open the folder or open a file or folder, right? If you click it, you can open the folder you want to open, or you can create a new folder, right? And yeah, and you can open your VS Code from that folder that you want to open. After select the folder name, select your particular file and hit open, it will successfully open here, right? And then the second option is search, where you can search your folder name, right? If you don't want to go uh, folder by folder to reach to your final destination, you can search directly your file name or folder name. The list will show up here. And the third option is a source control. So you can link your VS Code with the Git. So you can, on my application, on my system, I see this download Git for Mac operating system. So after I hit it, it will get installed on this VS Code application, that Git. And then the third option is the run and debug, where if you, for example, if you are working on a code, right? If you are working on a code, whether in the terminal, or if you open a Python in this VS Code, or if you are working on JavaScript, for example, right? Whether in the terminal window, right? Or you open a file here, right? So if you have a bug in your code, and you can select that option, run and debug, it will this application would understand what the error is. It will help you debugging that error in your code, right? And then the next option is extensions. Extensions marketplace, where it has thousands of extensions that you can use based on your requirement or based on your need. Let's say my need is to install Python extension, right? So I can just click Python. You will see several Python options, but the reliable option is Microsoft, right? You see the blue tick mark, and Python is from Microsoft. And if you click it, and you can download that extension by clicking here. Since I already installed it, it is showing me here different option, like switch to a pre-release version, that the version that Python is working on, which is a pre-release, not released yet, which is a beta version, right? And and you see this Python has been installed by, I think, about 218 million people. It's popular extension for VS Code. And let's say if you want to install different extension or plugin, let's say Docker, right? You can install that, right? Yeah. Docker is also from Microsoft, and you can install that, right? I have not installed it yet, but you can install it based on your requirement or need. And if you see, it has been downloaded by a lot of people, like 51 million people, right? And it has some good rating, even though the rating is given by very few people as compared to the number of downloads. Uh, Similarly, you name it, you can install any kind of extensions, right? Um, Again, based on your needs. So this is what basically I wanted to cover in this video today. In the next video in future, I will go over other applications. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.